Let me address what I was talking about on the World Star shit real quick, man. You're like, I gotta stop holding people to my stature and how I carry myself and my standards. You feel me? Because I understand niggas ain't like me. But my point is this: like, if I feel a way about anybody that I used to fuck with and they ain't around no more, I'm not about to let social network know. I'm not about to let the world know. But the circle gonna know. My team gonna know, and they gonna know why. I'm not about to keep going on live or talking about niggas that I got money with or I was running with for years. That's gonna say a lot about my character. Like, how the fuck I ain't noticed son wasn't right or whatever after all of these years, and just keep like, know what I mean? I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way, you heard? So that's just me. I'm never gonna go and talk about a nigga that I once called brother for a nigga that showed the pop shit on a nigga that I once called brother for another nigga I don't even know. Or for, you know what I mean? The circle gonna know how I feel though. The team gonna know like, I don't fuck with this nigga.
Absolutely. He said, I doubt it. I don't trust him. I think
He was like a straight bozo to be exact. He was like regardless of what, I understand that's your team or whatever, but he was acting like he was never happy for New York. He be acting like that with his real old friends too. Let's talk about that too. Like the way he dissing his boys and all like that. Y'all used to be really around each other. So he's showing his character every chance he get. I think. What's happening?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Non-Business Network, where we get in everybody's business, even though it ain't our business, but they put the business out there, so we're gonna talk about their business. Today we're gonna talk about this Albee Al, Camron, Albee Al, his neighborhood, and all this other issues that's going on. First things first, Albee Al, I think you forgot about what the streets are really about. You need to realize something. Number one, you have the funds to do whatever you want to do, but you choose to be down in the trenches. But do you realize the trenches don't care? If they would have cared, they would have told you, stay away from ringside. They would have told you don't got to come down to the projects with a bulletproof. Like, who you trying to impress? Them or you? Like, everything you're doing is contradiction to who you say you want to be or who you are. Now, let's get this straight, guys. I've known about Albee Al's music since the days of me running around in Jersey City. Rest in peace to my man Kev. The days and times of me running around in Bayonne, New Jersey. You know, his music when he first came out, fire. Fire. Undeniable. You understand? You can't deny that it was some of the hottest and greatest music that came out. But since he came out off this last attempted body, because streets talk, you know, the comment section talks, and both of your supposed super high gangster criminal cases, you actually wasn't like off that top. But that's just to say whatever. Let's get down to the project situation. What you think? Because Albee Al is known to be moving around during his projects that people ain't gonna go back to the projects? The projects ain't gonna have beef? It's called the projects, bro. Like, are you off your rocker? Like, remember, you was in them projects going to war just how them dudes go to war. You understand? So, how can you run to the internet threatening people? You're threatening people as if you're going to throw away the 1.5 that you got. Like, you ain't doing that. when you got popped off in Passaic for that nonsense, you shouldn't even been there. But it is what it is. You can't celebrate being a gangster bad guy, the Michael Myers. You can't promote that and then think that that's gonna just stay like that. Remember, it's the streets, Albee. A lot of people tend to forget that one of the biggest things they say is, what you think? They stopped making pew-pews when they made yours? So the guys who's running around doing all of this stuff with their pew-pews in the neighborhood, and you running around threatening people, why do you want to be the saving grace of Jersey City when you can't even perform or give a free concert or even be in your projects long enough that the police let you be there? You crashing out. Why are you crashing out? I'm gonna say you crashing out because you trying desperately so hard to be the most approved and stamped grade A gangster rapper. I'm gonna say maybe you got something to prove to yourself, which is nothing wrong with that. Everybody got something to prove to themselves. Confidence, self-esteem. But if you listen to your music, you ain't all right. You need to go get some help. You need to seek a camp counselor, something. I'll be out. You're running around with Jim Jones. You're running around calling yourself the King Cobra. If we just go back and look at your music, let's just go back at the music timeline. Your music ain't been moving, bro. That music is for a certain demographic in a certain place in a certain time. Like, other than that, it ain't going nowhere. The reason it ain't going nowhere is because you're escaping from what was blowing you up. You understand? Those tracks like Since You've Been Away and all those things, those was the things that was getting you hot because you kept it G'd while you was still talking to the chicks. It was that wave where we was able to sit there, ride around at night, thumping a joint, drinking the console, joint on the side, knowing at 3:30, 4 o'clock, this track list is still gonna be bumping, and we can still get the yams. The track you did with Millie's and my man had a Philly who got knocked for like a kilo or something. That track was fire. Fire. It did the numbers. But then you're on every platform complaining and crying. Who's winning this award? Who's winning that award? Oh, I'm the realest. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. Oh, they don't want to see a real person eat. I'll be out. Stop fucking crying. We don't want to hear that shit from you. You Mr. Pew 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 Pew. Bang bang bang. We don't want to hear that. All you doing is devaluing your brand. After that track, which I think is on Millie's album, you dropped the joint over in Ringside with Jadakiss and not Beanie, what's his name? Freeway. You dropped the joint with Freeway. Garbage. And whatever you paid Jada, he gave you some of the worst bars he ever gave anybody. And if you really look at him in the video, he looks like he don't even want to be there. So, you got to get yourself together, man. Because, matter of fact, I remember recently, I saw the clip and everything like that, where you're talking about family, kids, and all these things, and you say, "Oh yeah, I wish I could be able to go pick them up like that and stuff like that or whatever, and do more things like that with them, but you know I can't." No, you could, if you stop doing what you're doing. Real street niggas and real tough guys know you don't gotta tell everybody you're a tough guy. I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Real tough guys know tough guys. Always remember, the tongue is more powerful than anything in this world. You keep calling on issues for no reason. There's a reason why you're sitting next to Jim and not Cam. Cam is in the elite of the elites. He ain't thinking about no rapping. He don't care about that. Cam do not care about rapping. He's making money from every which way possible. And he's sitting in places like ESPN. I hope the only thing he says to you is bozo and clown. Because what's the point? What is he going to gain by interacting with you? There ain't nothing he's going to gain by interacting with you. He's actually going to devalue his brand. What's the value in your brand right now? Ask yourself that. We're all watching you. And it's coming to a point where we're just like, we don't care. The Flex freestyles used to be hot. The music wasn't moving like that. You went on Flex and you started throwing out freestyles. LA Leakers, freestyle, fire. And lay off them pills, bro. These people around you are not your friends, bro. You look wild, crazy. Bloodshot red eyes. Trying to keep your eyes open. Like, why should you be up on a Fabulous level? Why should you be up on a Cam level? Why? What have you done? Like, Yeah, you went on Tony Yayo and what's the name podcast? Cool. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be doing that. But you going on somebody else's platform talking about another man. Getting involved in other men's issues. There's no point in that. And I'm just saying that to you to help you. Because you put your business out there. This is all your business. I'm just an independent media source. Don't get mad at the messenger, bro. We over here trying to be your friend and let you know what the real is. Since you're the realest. I think you need to take a time out. Go sit in the corner. I really do. I think that's what you need to do. Take a time out. Go sit in the corner. Relax a little bit. Because if you realize you're not on nobody's tour, you're not on nobody's tour, you're not headlining nobody's joint, you did the Summer Jam, which Summer Jam been over. Like, it been over. Like, they'll let anybody on it right now. I'm just saying to you, I'll be out. Cut it out, bro. And like, ultimately, what are you gonna do? Yeah, you started it. You set the opinion out there for no reason. All you had to say is no comment. You just said no comment, they just said, oh shit, he really sounded like that. He ain't even gonna get in their business. But what do I know? That's just how I was brought up. You should be treating everything like a Vlad interview. No comment. Remember, they running around right now giving out RICOs and all these gang injunctions and major arrests. You see Dirk jammed up. All his partners telling on him. He facing an L behind the wall. YNW Melly still on trial. He facing a L. And you got Albee. He's jammed up. At what point do you say, yo, I'm gonna chill out? Let me reel back this gang, murderer, killer. Oh, I got all these bodies and I did all of this. I'm Michael Myers. I'm the neighborhood boogeyman. I'll be out. Let's be real. Let's be honest with yourself. Go to counseling. Go get a hug. Like, find a priest. Do something, bro. You out here looking. Like, ugh, bruh. Them little $5,000 that you get for in the club or like, think about it. You're only in a few states. You're only in a few states. Oh, and I even forgot. Your man Kodak Black. You pop all this shit. I ain't fucking with him. Blah, blah, blah. Nah. He fucking with the rat. I'll be out. You ran back to Kodak Black, right? The love Kodak Black gets is different than what you got going on, bro. That's why you ran back to Kodak Black. So him doing that song and you with the rats and all this other shit, bro, you contradicting yourself and you look stupid. You talk about not ratting. You ready for this one, Albee out? But you went and told all of Pooh Shicey's fucking business. That's called rat. Real niggas would have said, yo, he had a hard time in the box. I don't blame him for what he did. He stood on whatever he felt. Nah, remember. Hey, yo, you said this verbatim. These are your words, son. Yeah, man, you know my mans and them is locked up with him in feds in Pennsylvania. Niggas ain't even know he was in Pennsylvania like that. Yeah, you know, he ain't had no commissary. You know, he ain't getting no money on his books and he this, he that, he having a hard time, blah, blah, blah. Verbatim, those are your words, my boy. That's not ratting? Hey, 050. That ain't ratting? Harlem Legend. That ain't ratting? Hassan Campbell. Ain't that ratting? You don't get to pick and choose, Albee Al. You complain about everybody else, but you do the same thing. Oh, the internet. Brrr. The internet. And then turn around, what you did. You turned on this phone and you uploaded a message. This is the internet. A lot of people tell me, hey, yo, non-business, why you always act like you got an issue with Albee Al? I tell them, I like the man music. Up until before the last time he got released. Instead of him elevating, he fell off. The music is repetitive. It's the same old, bang, bang, pew, pew, Michael Myers, and get you in your sleep, and oh yeah. They're not your friends, Albee Al. Sometimes you need someone from the internet to tell you the truth. And if anybody agrees with me, I hope they leave it in the comments. Hopefully some people comment. I'm new to this, but I'm just keeping it a buck. And I say all that to say this. Let it go. If Jim Jones is sending you to crash out on Camron, you're supposed to be the super goon gorilla. Press everybody, beat them up, punch them in the face. I'm on defense. I don't start nothing. If he respects you, when you tell him, yo, I ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. I even forgot. Oh, man. Let's not talk about the Fetty Wap situation. That got nothing to do with you. But you're going to sit there and put yourself in it. For what? These were your words, Albee. Yeah, man, you know. Yeah, man, them guys did, you know what I mean? They did wrong, man, you know. That's crazy. Damn, man, they did them like that. Who did what? That's telling, Albee. You might have did a partial. You did like a half. But you telling. That got nothing to do with you. You got to be thankful Fetty helped you because the state of New Jersey didn't want you, based on your words, the state of New Jersey didn't want you to do any shows. Fetty Wap came home. He ain't say you did anything for him. Not that I remember. You also need to realize something. Fetty Wap is on the decline. He's now one of the guys who's performing his old stuff. The best thing he got since before he even got locked up was Yams. How that should go to yams, sweet, sweet yams. Nothing but the yams for like Thanksgiving or something. That shit busted. That's the biggest thing he's done. This cowboy stuff and all that other stuff, we'll save that for another show. But I think you need some new friends. Stop trying to take all these people with you. Narrow it down. And handle your business like a man is supposed to. You want to be in their rooms with them bigger people? Change your situation. Because you're the problem. Everybody's wondering if you're going to crash out, if you're going to do this, you're going to do that. But you ain't going to do that. You got people around you who going to do whatever. Ain't that the same thing Dirk jammed up for? Remember, you're standing next to Jim Jones. A guy who's been on a federal wire giving out instructions and didn't go to jail. You're standing next to a person who got arrested with a bunch of drugs and guns down south, and the case went away. All I'm saying is, you're going from a person who Jersey used to be proud of, and New York, I guess Connecticut, maybe Pennsylvania. I don't know what other places around there. You went from that to everybody clowning you on the internet. That ain't good, my boy. All right, everybody. Hit the like, comment, subscribe. If you got a comment, drop the comment. I respond to all comments. Let me know what's your thought on this. How are you doing? How do you feel? Is Albee doing the right thing? Is he chasing clout? All I can say is, from my point of view, which don't mean nothing, but it might mean something, is that he needs to cut it out, let it go, get back to the music before you end up in a major freaking Rico. Which, if you listen to you talk, it feels like that's what you want in life. Like, if that's your goal. If that's your goal, hey, man, do you think? We just gonna be here to report about it. So hit the like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Peace.